Hi, my dear ones. Happy full moon in Virgo. This is a big moon and it's coming at a very key time, right before we go into Aries season, right before we go into the astrological new year. So it has a really potent feel to it. And there's also, like, the way Piscean energy works is it's kind of the dissolution or the solve of the year. It's this grand, like everything kind of being swallowed up by the sea, the Piscean sea, and falling into the ocean, and this ending that's happening. But at the very same time, we have this huge grand full moon happening. So everything that's happening right now is being amplified by that energy, and it is a big energy. It will be exact in the middle of the night tonight, actually at the witching hour, at about 3:17 a.m. Eastern time. So adjust for your time zone. And yeah, but the lunation, the energy of it is always viable the day before, the day after. So you have like 3 days to work with this moon if you really want to. And I think it really plays out perfectly too with the equinox coming in, at the end of that period and having this really fresh new beginning. At the same time, we have this like releasing, shedding energy. So it's a really potent moon. And anytime you have a full moon with a lot of aspects going on, which there truly are a lot of things going on over this next week with the equinox, and then there's Pluto energy, and there's a ton of Uranus energy. All of those get amplified by this full moon. They really kind of get, energized by the extra illumination and the extra energy within the skies. So be prepared for some events, on a collective level and a personal level that pretty much can rock your world. I mean, there is that potential depending on how it plays within your own astrological chart. So it may not be for all of us, but it may be for a good number of us that there are just some really surprising things that kind of shift everything, that turn things on their head, that really create an opening where maybe you have felt stuck or you have felt like the energy is not moving. I, for one, am very glad to know that, and I'm hoping very sincerely that it interacts in my life in that way, because the energies have just been difficult lately. I know a lot of people who are struggling and a lot of people who are just really within this almost like trapped energy. So there's an energy here of springing you free. And the Uranus transits don't really happen till next week with Venus and Mars and Mercury, but they're so close to this lunation and so close to the equinox that I really feel like this energy is all just kind of converging together. And we definitely have the Pluto energy interacting tonight with this full moon. And Pluto can really be about releasing this energy that's cathartic and allows us to just set free those things in our life that are not working, those relationships that are not healthy. Perhaps a job situation that you're just feeling like, I need out, and this is going to be your springboard to really release that. And with the Aries season coming in on Sunday, to really just start afresh and begin to plan anew. So really interesting mix of energy, very, very interesting. So be sure to work with it if it calls to you, because I think it can be very powerful for shifting the tides of your life and really going in a brand new direction. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who follow my channel. It means so much to me to get the likes, the comments, the subscribes. It's been kind of a rough month on social media. I've actually made my Instagram private, which is not something I wanted to do. Doesn't feel like I can really, get my message out to help people. I do daily readings every day, but if you request a follow, I'll be sure to allow you to follow me. But the scammers have been so intense on Instagram, and it's been just a really hard thing. So I am starting to look at moving to other platforms like Vero and even Telegram. So I may link those below, and if you see that, give me a follow there. That would be wonderful. But I think we almost, as diviners and as people who work in the metaphysical arts, we almost have to find new avenues and channels, because it's just become so difficult. So it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things. The world at large is in so much uncertainty and so much unrest, and there's so much pain. Like, I'm thinking about Ukraine and what those dear people are going through right now. So there are much bigger issues on the line, but it is just a very uncertain time for so many of us. So hoping to bring my light as much as I can, and to give to you all, and to bring, the readings that I know can help support you, the information, the insight, little astrological tidbits to support you. So, and without further ado, I would love to do my 3-card reading for you. This is a collective reading. If you're watching this, you're absolutely meant to have this reading in this time, whether it's right now here at this full moon in Virgo, or if it ends up being even a month or two or more later. If you're watching this, you're absolutely meant to get this reading at this time. And if you want to go deeper into your own energies, I'm going to link a full moon reading below. You can have your own personal video created just for you, and the cards read just for you and your particular unique situation. So be sure to check that out if it calls to you, along with other readings from my shop. So I'll link all that below. I will also link this beautiful deck below. Whoops, we're getting a little bit of hot spot on this deck here, but this is the Spirit Song Tarot, and it's by Paulina, Cassidy, and it's, I don't know, it just really called to me today. It's got such a beautiful energy to it. There's such a light to it, and it feels like there's almost like light codes woven into it that just can support you, and I love the animals. I just think that'll be really special today, that not only will you get a tarot card and a tarot message for whatever card you choose, but you also get an animal, and animals can be such guides. They can be such supports and such insight about the information and energy that's currently within your life right now. So I hope this deck feels supportive, and I hope the images resonate with you right now. But you know the drill. Pick cards 1, 2, or 3, or you can pick all 3, or you can pick 2 of them. You can pick now. You can pick after I read, picking whatever message resonates for you. Absolutely trust your intuition. Use it as an intuition development exercise to see, what comes forward for you. And then just trust that message. So, all right, the very first card that's coming out of the deck, we've got the Queen of Acorns, which is actually the Queen of Pentacles in your standard deck, but a beautiful energy. I've actually been seeing this card a lot coming up right now. A beautiful energy supporting those of you who have drawn this card. It's really a card of being stable in your physical environment. And if you have been feeling unstable, it's telling you that more stability is going to be moving in. You're going to be feeling more grounded in your environment. You're going to be feeling more stable, more secure. And it's also a card of manifestation. So I love that. It's truly a message for those of you who pick this card, that if there's some things you're like really desiring in your heart, that you're yearning for, that you're wanting in your life, the universe is saying you have the ability and the power to co-create with the universe to bring these things to pass in your life. And if you keep following the inner intuition and the knowing within you, you will follow the steps to bring that to pass. And the Queen of Pentacles is one that has a really powerful touch with body intuition. So I would advise those of you who drew this card to look into using your body intuition. This can be, gut feelings. This can also be just kind of spidey senses, when you have something kind of running up and down your spine. You just know a situation, and there's a real strength in you to be able to work with that and to develop that and really be in tune with that. One of the first steps that you can take in developing your body intuition is just to listen to the signals of your body. Like literally, if you're hungry, you go eat. If you're thirsty, you go drink something. Just little tiny cues, and you start following that, your body will guide you in bigger things too. So card 2 just flew out of the deck. And guess what it is, folks? It's the Magician. And not only the Magician, we've got a Raven here. So there's a powerful message of change energy for those of you who have chosen this card. And there's also a message that within these changes, you are resourced enough to move through capably, with strength, and with what you need to affect the changes that you need in your life and the changes that are coming in. So those of you who pick this card, I do feel like there are some pretty big swift changes that will be coming up over this next 2 weeks to a month, that you're going to see some things really pivot in your life. So definitely the places where you felt stuck, but I even feel like there may be a few surprises. The 8s can be so magical. And this is not an 8 card actually, but do you see the little lemniscate up here that looks like an 8 if you turn it on its side? So I always think of this as the Magician, the Mercury energy, the energy of 8. And there's a real powerful shift coming for you. For some of you, there may even just be a message that comes through, and that can be a text message, that can be a letter, that can be an email, that can be a message from a person, like even a voicemail, something like that, that's going to really shift things for you and really open up something. I'm feeling the message too for some of you, that if the message catches you ajar and kind of makes you cringe, or just even makes you go, that's not quite the news I was expecting, roll with it. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to turn out okay. So just roll with the flow and know that your guides are helping you, and you are absolutely in control of the situation. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you will be able to take the steps necessary to move through this in an empowered way. So trust that. All right, let's go for card 3. Those who picked card 3, let's see what happens here. Card 3. Give them a good shuffle. I always love the backs of these cards too. They're just so pretty. Paulina always has just beautiful backs on her cards. All right, we've got the Ace of Shells. So we got some powerful energy. A lot of earth energy coming through with these 3 cards. So really an ability to bring forward what you desire. And for the Ace of Shells is the Ace of Cups. So there's a strong feeling of a new beginning emotionally for you. This is a beginning that could possibly be, if you've been wanting to get pregnant, this is going to happen for you. If you've been dreaming of love, there's a new relationship that's going to be coming your way. If you've been needing a friend, there may be an opening of a friendship that occurs in this next month here. So to even open your heart to someone you might not ever consider, or you might like not have really seen as friendship material, there's almost a message of that, and allow it to unfold naturally. Being that we have a turtle here, turtles move slowly. They are not fast moving creatures, and so there's kind of that earth slowness that's within this card. So just allowing things to unfold and not trying to push them or make them go faster. Like I'm thinking of an example, like let's say you meet someone and you realize you kind of have a flicker for them. There's something romantic that's kind of stirring in your heart. I want to advise you to move slowly. Not that it's not going to be absolutely wonderful, beautiful, and there is romantic potential, but to move carefully and maybe to not text too much in the beginning, just to allow things to unfold a little more organically, and to allow that relationship to slowly build in intensity and in connection, that will really serve you in the long term. So beautiful message, a promise of a new beginning for you, but also just, letting things unfold without pushing them past when they're ready. So lovely. I hope those messages are supportive to you. I think it's a beautiful full moon. I think it's really potent. I think there's a lot of changes in store for a good number of us. And I'm wishing you all a happy spring equinox and the beginning of Aries season. Happy birthday to all the Aries out there that are watching this channel. And my brother's one of those, so have a special place in my heart for the Aries sign. And I'm an Aries moon, so Aries is A-okay. So anyway, lots of love to you all, and I'll be talking to you soon. Take good care.